Birmingham, England's beating industrial heart. A city where the clanging of machinery and the hum of progress never cease. But in its shadows, a different kind of industry thrived. An industry built on fear and control. This was Suleman Khan's domain, a man whose name sent shivers down the spines of many. They called him the General, a title earned through ruthless efficiency and unyielding authority. He ruled the city's underworld with an iron fist. His word was law and his reach was long. Drugs, protection, violence, these were his tools of trade. He orchestrated every deal, every transaction. Khan's empire was built on fear. Fear of retribution, fear of the unknown. He instilled loyalty through intimidation. His men followed him without question, knowing the consequences of betrayal. Those who crossed him met grim fates. Their stories served as warnings to others. Stories of his brutality circulated like whispers in the night. Tales of his wrath were shared in hushed tones. He was untouchable, or so it seemed. Law enforcement struggled to pin anything on him. Khan's reach extended far and wide. His influence was felt in every corner of Birmingham. He controlled the flow of narcotics. Every gram that entered the city passed through his hands. Businesses paid for his protection. They had no choice but to comply. He was a phantom, always present, never seen. His presence was an ever-looming shadow, but his presence was felt in every dark corner of the city. The General's iron grip held Birmingham in a vice, and no one dared to challenge it. The criminal underworld operates on its own code: loyalty, betrayal, silence. These are not just words, but the very essence of its existence. These are the pillars upon which it stands, the unspoken rules that govern every action, every decision. In Birmingham, that code was enforced by Suleman Khan, a man whose reputation was as solid as the concrete jungle he ruled. His name was spoken in hushed tones, a mix of fear and grudging respect. Khan's enforcers were everywhere, their presence a constant reminder of his power. They were the eyes and ears of the city, an omnipresent force that saw and heard everything. Nothing happened without his knowledge. Every whisper, every secret, every betrayal was known to him. One name in particular was whispered alongside Khan's: Tony Azmat. A rival, a threat, a man who dared to challenge the status quo. A rival, a threat, a marked man. Azmat's presence was a thorn in Khan's side, a constant reminder that power could be contested. Azmat's demise was as swift as it was brutal. A contract killing executed with precision and cold efficiency. A bullet in the night, a life snuffed out in an instant. The message was clear. Nobody challenged the General. Khan's authority was absolute, his rule unchallenged. The whispers turned to silence. Fear had taken hold, and the streets of Birmingham were cloaked in an uneasy quiet. Fear had tightened its grip, a suffocating presence that left no room for dissent. The details were always murky: a late-night meeting gone wrong, a deal turned sour. The truth, like most things in Khan's world, remained buried. What was certain was that Tony Azmat was gone. Another victim claimed by the city's brutal underbelly. Some said Azmat had been careless. Others believed he had been betrayed. Whatever the reason, his death served as a chilling reminder. Suleman Khan was not a man to be trifled with. His power was absolute. The police suspected Khan's involvement, but evidence was scarce. Fear had a way of silencing witnesses. The investigation stalled. Khan, it seemed, was untouchable. His reign of terror continued. Years passed and the city evolved. Khan's grip on Birmingham remained unyielding and firm, but even the most powerful empires can crumble eventually. The authorities never gave up on bringing the General down. They watched. They waited. They gathered their evidence meticulously. The breakthrough came with the arrest of the Fitzgibbon brothers, loyal lieutenants in Khan's organization. They were caught red-handed in a major drug bust. The evidence against them was overwhelming and undeniable. Facing lengthy prison sentences, the brothers cracked. They turned informant. Their testimony was damning. It provided a glimpse into Khan's vast criminal enterprise. The walls were closing in on Khan. The trial was a media sensation. Suleman Khan, the seemingly invincible kingpin, was finally brought to justice. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, financial records, witness testimonies. The net was tightening. Yet, Khan remained defiant. He sat in the courtroom, a cold, calculating presence. He pleaded not guilty to the most serious charges. His arrogance was unshaken, but the jury saw through his facade. The verdict sent shockwaves through Birmingham. Guilty on multiple counts of racketeering and financial crimes, Khan's reign had come to an end. He was sentenced to a lengthy prison term. The general was no more. Even behind bars, Suleman Khan cast a long, ominous shadow. Rumors circulated about hidden assets, unpaid debts, whispers of revenge. His name continued to evoke fear and unease. The criminal underworld is a complex, intricate web. Some believe Khan still held influence from his prison cell, that his network remained fiercely loyal. Others dismissed these claims as mere speculation, the stuff of legends. But the doubt lingered. The police kept a close eye on Khan's associates. They knew his story wasn't over. There were too many unanswered questions, too many loose ends. The mystery of Suleman Khan was far from solved. Violence was the language Suleman Khan understood best. It was the foundation upon which he built his empire. The threat of it hung heavy in the air. Even in his absence, the city bore the scars of his brutality. The families of his victims still sought answers, closure, justice. But in the world Khan inhabited, justice was a rare commodity. The streets of Birmingham held the memories of his cruelty. The stories of Khan's ruthlessness served as a chilling reminder, a warning. The criminal underworld is not a place for the faint of heart. It is a place where power is absolute and violence reigns supreme. Suleman Khan's legacy is a complicated one. To some, he was a ruthless criminal, a predator who terrorized the city. To others, he was a product of his environment, a man who rose to power in a world where only the strong survive. But one thing is undeniable. Khan's story is a cautionary tale, a reminder of the corrosive nature of power and the human cost of unchecked ambition. His name will forever be etched in the annals of Birmingham's criminal underworld. The general may be gone, but the fear he instilled lingers, a ghost that haunts the city's streets, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lies beneath the surface. The criminal underworld is built on a foundation of debts and obligations, favors granted and owed. And Suleman Khan had a long memory. Even from behind bars, his reach was said to extend far and wide. Rumors of hidden assets persisted, money stashed away in offshore accounts, properties acquired through illicit means. The authorities believed Khan had amassed a fortune during his reign, but finding it was proving to be a challenge. Some whispered that Khan's lieutenants remained loyal, protecting his interests while he awaited his release. Others believed the money was long gone, spent or lost in the chaos of Khan's downfall. The truth, as always, remained elusive. Time moves differently in prison. Days bleed into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. But even within the confines of his cell, Suleman Khan's mind remained sharp. He plotted his next move. He knew the world outside had changed. New players had emerged in his absence. The balance of power had shifted. But Khan was not a man to be underestimated. He still had allies, resources, and a burning desire for revenge. The authorities knew Khan's release would send ripples through the criminal underworld. They anticipated his return to power, but they were watching, waiting, ready to counter his every move. The game was far from over. Suleman Khan's story is a chilling reminder that the criminal underworld is never far from the surface. His tale is one of power, betrayal, and the dark allure of the streets. It exists in the shadows, operating by its own set of rules, unseen by the everyday passerby, but always present, lurking just out of sight. A world where loyalty is fleeting and violence is always a heartbeat away. In this realm, trust is a rare commodity, and betrayal can come from the closest of allies. The general may be gone, for now. His absence is felt, but his influence remains, a ghostly presence that haunts the streets. But his legacy serves as a warning, a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the relentless pursuit of power. A reminder that power corrupts. It twists the mind and soul, leading even the most principled individuals down a dark path, that even the most formidable empires can crumble. No matter how strong they seem, they are always vulnerable to decay from within, and that the pursuit of wealth and influence can come at a terrible cost. The glittering allure of riches often masks the perilous journey it entails. The streets of Birmingham still hold the echoes of Khan's reign. His actions have left an indelible mark, a scar that the city will bear for years to come, a chilling reminder that the past is never truly gone. It lingers, a shadow that influences the present and casts a long, dark shadow over the future. It lingers in the present, shaping the future in ways we may never fully comprehend. The story of Suleman Khan is a testament to the enduring impact of the past on our present and future.